Things are absolutely heating up here then for the Intel Extreme Masters Oakland. It's only day 2, but already some teams' hopes are on the line in the next map. Just one map of Counter-Strike determines whether they even get to the quarterfinals, never mind the Oracle Arena in front of you guys in the crowd. It is going to be awesome. This is, of course, where some of the world's best are competing, and whether they're competing at that world-class level, well, that's for our analysts to decide. We do have Jordan Nothing Gilbert getting his butt in the hot seat, and we have Chad Birchall as well. You comfy, Jordan? You ready to talk about your boys?
Yeah, you know, I'm relaxed, I'm comfy, and I've just been enjoying some Counter-Strike.
Yeah, man, there was a fantastic Counter-Strike earlier today. That Astralis SK game will be one to watch back on the VODs. But let's try and help everyone at home now, and ourselves, I'm going to be honest. I say at home, I mean me. Understand exactly what's happening now, because 3 games are being played simultaneously, and Dad Chad understands it all.
Okay, so we've got Envy versus NIP, we've got Astralis versus Mongols, and we will be covering C9 versus SK.
Right.
Now,
this is the group. This is the point system currently.
Yes. Now, I don't want to get stuck into anything crazy and break down the mathematical side of things, but I think what you need to realize is if Astralis can beat Mongols, they keep themselves potentially in the mix, and that depends how the other cards fall. I think the best way to explain this is win your game and you're potentially through. And that goes for almost every matchup there, right? That's, I think, the best way we can look at this. Okay. Just win your matchup. And that in regulation, try and get as many points as possible. We'll just keep it simple. We'll keep it simple, stupid, and that'll be it. Yeah,
but there could be tiebreakers. That's something as well we can consider.
There could be any form of madness. I'm sitting there talking with League Ops. We're having a chat about it. They're just...
Well, you said you messaged him, right? And he just went, it's insane.
I said, is it bonkers? He went, yep, it's bonkers. So, look, it's all up in the air right now. Okay. Anyone can take this top spot.
Well, I just know it's exciting. And the one thing that hasn't been exciting is, of course, that Mongols presence. There is a game going on for them right now versus Astralis. They could single-handedly destroy the Danes' hopes.
Dupree just goes to me, I'm the most nervous about this game as opposed to all the other ones. Yeah, because this is the unknown, right? Yeah. Or when you're playing a team from a region like that, they can throw anything at you. They've also got nothing to lose, and you have everything to potentially gain by winning this matchup. So the pressure
This does kind of go back into what we talked about yesterday, though, with the mental side of confidence in the game and just Astralis. And I'm sure they talked with their sports psychologist, guys, keep doing what you're doing. Because at this level, Astralis doesn't need to do anything special. They need to focus on their game and let Mongols make those mistakes.
Absolutely. Now, I think we have to kind of get on track with SK Cloud9, because Jordan and I have got so many questions. First of all, they did just have a rather terrible half of Counter-Strike. They won the pistol, and that was the only round they won on that second half on Cobblestone versus Envy. Now, my question simply is how are they going to be able to... Are they capable as individuals, as a team, to be able to just kind of reset? Is that what's going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, I mean, from my time at the team, we went through many of our trials and tribulations in group play. ESL Cologne, where we lost a couple and went into OT on our, elimination match and carried it all the way through. Anyways, point being, these guys are not new to this situation. I think they're going to come in ready for this match. The only thing that worries me is last match versus Envy. Talking to them outside, they seemed aware of how they were going to. How they lost last time when I was on the team versus Envy, and how Envy made these plays, and we talked about it. So what worries me is I watched a game and they actually lost to the exact thing they were prepped for. So that is something that could really get under their skin. Tyler and Stu were talking to me outside about, hey, NVS likes to do this light B pressure, come back A, and this kind of dry run up. Tyler and Tim died a couple of times without trading at all, and that's the type of thing that gets under their skin. Is
when you know what's happening.
Exactly, and you lose. And so, they've been working with their own sports psychologist on C9, so we'll see if they have a little of that resiliency to come back, and of course they need it versus SK.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a big matchup. Is there anything to be said about the fact that they play each other an awful lot, being in the same region? I mean,
we studied them the most, right? So SK was one of those teams that C9 tried to model themselves after. So, depending on the map, it's almost like watching the same team play against each other, except SK does it better most of the time. So, will be interesting to see. Pistol rounds, of course, mattering. Money control, money management is going to matter a lot. So,
I mean, we have to talk maps very quickly. It sounds like they've already started and finished the knife round. So let's just blitz through this. Let's have a little look. Okay, let's speed through so we can have a quick closing thought. Inferno, Nuke, Cash, goodbye.
Mirage.
We're going Mirage, are we?
Mirage would be okay, they've gone with the train.
Quick thoughts, Chad?
Yeah, let's go quick thoughts from one of both of you.
We obviously saw C9 smash Astralis on this map earlier. They had some really good opening moves, and even with those force buys, they were able to get a lot done around the smokes and being very aggressive. And Scar actually had a lot of impact on this map, so he had a bad day today, but he could turn it around on train.
One thing I'm worried about for C9 is SK for all of you guys out there to watch, SK has a really good Ivy control early. If C9 doesn't know how to do anything against it, you know, Cold Zero gets that pop flash, they push, they smoke deep Ivy. That's always caused problems for C9. So let's see if C9 has some answers on the T side, and then maybe they'll have a chance.
Okay, so I mean, the last question then is with you, Jordan. Cloud9 to win this one. You've already started outlining win conditions. Can I just get a kind of like a list on the hand? Like, what is the what's on your to-do list?
So C9 needs to make sure they're abusing. If SK is taking Ivy control, prod somewhere else, mid or inside. Don't let the pistol rounds get in your head too much. And then on CT side, just make sure you are doing what SK does to you. Get in their face, Ivy. Get in their face, Brown Hall. Expect them to walk out mid. Keep Skadoodle. Keep Tyler. Just the right process. And just watching, literally watch SK play early round. Everything has to do with early round and how they take ladder and Brown Hall control. And so C9 needs to stop this. I
love this. This is awesome. Okay, well, we'll leave it there. Jordan has kind of summarized it perfectly. Cloud9 SK on train, and Cloud9 can take it a guaranteed 3 points if they pick up this one up, and will be pretty damn safe in this group stage. Let's check it out then. It is North versus South with your casters Henry and Sado.
Sado and Henry, Henry and Sado, Matt, Tomato, Henry, top.
Group it's been so far as we get into D-Train. I favor SK from what I've seen so far, but they have shown some signs of weakness here, losing to Astralis after having the huge lead they did. Seemed like maybe they're a little bit rattled today. Cloud9, ups and downs. They managed to get stomped by NIP, but came back strong, and we'll see whether that's Cloud9 can actually cause a dent here against SK Gaming. On train, I'm not so sure. They looked very good yesterday on train. You have to remember that game against Astralis. They managed to have a very disciplined T side and looked like they were controlling the pace, and they had a good range of executions, defaults, and fakes going on as well. But it wasn't quite enough. We'll see, though, as we get into this one. SK Gaming on the T side, by the looks of things. I'll have a look at the buy for you. And it's going to be round number 1 with the buys coming through momentarily. And it will be very important for Cloud9 to try and pick this one up. What are you thinking? Do you feel like they could do this?
I think they can. I mean, it's tough. SK hasn't looked amazing today. The thing is, the fate of the group now rides with Envy. If they win their next game, then Envy finds themselves on 10 points. They'll actually, potentially, and because they would beat NIP, potentially top the group overall if SK lose this to Cloud9, and then there is a bit of a tiebreak situation required at that point. It's all up in the air. Cloud9 desperately need this game after dropping the last one, which could have locked them out. Yeah. You all know the situation. Cloud9 looking to get 9 points. That would leave NIP and SK all on 9 points, and then Envy would decide the fate of the group.
In terms of the general setup here, very default round from SK. They have got their Brown Halls controls by the inside bomb site there. It's going to be Bolts patrolling towards Ivy. It looks like an A finish coming through. We still have one smoke available with the Molotov as well. Bolts is holding up for any CTs pushing, as you can see. Taco falling back. Probably the smoke used on the bomb site or the connector, depending on which way they're inclined. And an A split will be coming in the next, I'd say, 15 seconds. The final commitment will come through. Fallen will track his movements with that smoke and the Molotov. CT's just lying in wait. Skadoodle and connector. Tarek and Stewie holding inside. Here's the Molotov to kick things off. Smoke will be deployed towards the connector as predicted, and Skadoodle to find the first headshot. He's boosted up. That smoke actually not that useful for SK when he's in that position.
Shots from Fur can't connect. Automatic is so close to dead, but will stay alive. 7 HP as Stewie tries to find the shot toward Pop Dog. It's Fur again that goes back toward Automatic. This time does find the kill. Follows through with almost a triple, but Skadoodle, good response. Doesn't matter. Cold and Fallen. The cold has fallen. Winter is here.
Fur with 3 kills there. Pushes the bomb site.
7 Game of Thrones.
Yeah, love it. And managing to get the kill on the bomb site, turns around 180. Third as well coming in. It was really nice play. The execution pretty basic. The Molotov to get them out of the main entrance. Smoking towards the connector. Skadoodle had a few opportunities to find the headshots. He got one, dropped down. Couldn't get going as it was SK swarming the A bomb site. Forced buy from Cloud9 here. The scouts out for Skadoodle. And it will be Deagle's CZs. Taco once more patrolling that inside area, just dropping any CTs, getting information. That's why he drops the Molotov there to see if anyone's behind the box or on the corner itself. Bomb down in T-spawn. It's be quite a slow, methodical round as Card Zera heads towards the lower ramp, trying to Get some intel so we can spot the foot of anyone hunting for information. Stewie looking at the upper area right now as he holds the bomb site. CZ in hand. No kids. Only one flashbang to work with here. This is SK's round to give away. They have got 3 rifles to work with, one of which is making its way towards the end of Ivy right now. Fallen. Looking to check every single angle here. No real Ivy presence in the CTs whatsoever. If they went towards the backtracks here, that would be a fantastic position to be in.
Fallen. Know exactly that direction. Automatic spots him heading there, but won't hit the shot. Bolts is down. Got to get the next kill. They've got to recover. Skadoodle with the scout is ready for the cross as well to try and do further damage. They're relying on Fallen at this point in time to create space. With 2 players looking to approach inside of B, and the bomb heading that direction down the upper halls as well. Good shot, automatic. Fallen now down as well. That leaves a very precarious situation with Tarek finding Fur, because now Cole's going to go back to get the bomb. He's cut them off. He's pre-firing with the AK, but Rush catches Cold out, looking aggressively for the AK in turn, and the CZ makes the play.
Picked off one by one. Comes down to Tarek pushing the inside area. Nice 1 Deags coming in from automatic at the same time. I didn't think it'd be possible. The CT side of Deagles and CZ up against 3 rifles of SK Gaming. They were very tentative. They didn't want to commit, and they were spread out across the map, picked off, and it all fell apart very quickly. We're going to round number 3, a force buy in return from SK. They'll have Deagles and 1 scout. Fallen, of course, with the scope. And we have a nice upgrade now for the Cloud9 side. 2 AKs to work with here as Fallen looks for anyone on top of the initial trains there by main entrance. Looks towards the connector. No one going to be there for now. Skadoodle will be challenging any second. He still has the scout. A few shots landed by Fur. Does damage, but Tarek to strike first. That was from Pop Dog towards main entrance. And Stewie wants to push inside. No real need for this, but it could be beautiful if he times it well. 1 player at the top, and oh my god, that was really well played. Using the sound cues there to give himself information. It's a difficult jump to make, and just times it so well as they're falling back towards the T steps. Completely takes his head off, and he'll fall back and stay alive. That's very well done by Stewie.
Super well done indeed. And now it's on the entry for Cold Zero on the Deagle. Try and find a pick. Cross sight. Can't imagine have the angle towards Stewie, although he's top train, so he would be seen immediately. Spotted off first. Far, there it is. That's the shot. Stewie down. Skadoodle spotted him, and still Stewie didn't take the peek or turn his angle or approach. Allows for the bomb plant on B as a result of a great shot from Cold. Did not go much further. HP is low. Fallen has other plans. Shot against Tarek and somehow stays alive with 9 HP. He's looking for more. Goes back. Can't land it fast enough. And automatic and Skadoodle put this to rest, I think, in the fact that Bolts can't find the Deagle shots.
He cannot.
And they'll find their second round.
Good attempt there. Cold Zero with the opening, taking down Stewie. Made things a little bit exciting there. Found a bit of space for Fallen to make some scout shots hit. That was all they could get done. 2 kills in the bomb plant, not the end of the world, but it will be Cloud9 taking the lead at this stage, 2-1 in their favor, and it has to be the full eco almost certainly now for the SK side. Look at this beautiful play. Taco just wondering what the hell just happened to him. Fallen's bought an AK, and they're going all in. This is an orthodox. This is something that's not required so early on in a best of 1. But they still get 1 AK, a couple of Galils there, 1 smoke to work with, and a couple of Deagles. It's enough to win around, sure. But it's still going to be a very difficult pursuit. They go towards the inside. They'll probably smoke down the lower ramp. On the right-hand side by the connector as well. Give themselves a little path to the bomb side. But Skadoodle with the AWP and the connector. Backed up by Stewie's close to the A or the B ramp. Looks almost certain to be an inside play.
So Fur to lead the way. And Taco go together. Good shot. Taco and Fur combined actually find the kill. Skadoodle gets Taco back. That's the kill you'd want. Skadoodle to find if you're SK, because that leaves the gun in Fur's hands. With 100 HP as well. 99 if you will. Skadoodle goes up. Takes down Bolts. Bomb never fell inside of the site, which means Fur would have to go a long way back for it. It also means, therefore, that Fallen has to go the high side, and he's now left versus 3. Not bad.
By Skadoodle. 3 in total. Fallen probably can't do much about this. He gets 1, but he's low HP with the Galil. No nades, no head armor, and it's just a matter of time before he'll be taken out. He still has to recover that bomb, remember. Skadoodle spotted him, misses out in the shot. Fallen now with the Deagle out, trying to find the 1 taps if possible, but Skadoodle gets his 4th of the round, and it should be Cloud9 now with a very comfortable procedure going to number 5. That was the force buy from SK, a strange one. I didn't think that was required. Here's the shot from Skadoodle. Nothing too flashy, but still getting the job done. This was a shot that was quite nice. Nails the head of Fur. Double orb set up now. Cloud9 getting established. Lots of money to work with if they win this round. Up against this 5 Deagles, no armor, no nades. And it should be 4-1. A great start from the North American side, who desperately want to take down SK here. Had a great showing on train yesterday against Astralis. Seems like it's a map they're very comfortable on. I was more impressed with their T side, so they start like this on the TD side against SK is fantastic.
Smoke down at long, Bolts fires into it. Automatic. Fall away after throwing the nade out. Double op set up in play, so it's Taco over toward Poppity Dog. Hot diggity dog. Do you know, if we ever needed to name that dog, I know a dog name we can use.
I thought you might.
Spot.
Yeah.
Tarek gets towards Sandwich. Good place to practice your movement mechanics, top of that ladder.
Yeah, it's a tricky part of the map.
Very.
A few interesting ways to bait out shots and grenades there, but it will be Tarek to find a second frag, but not for long. Bolts equals the situation with the Deagle. They haven't recovered any rifles just yet. They should be able to get one here. There it is. Bolts managed to get the M4A4. No armor to work with, but he's certainly skilled enough to make this a deadly proposition for the Cloud9 side.
Shot from Scott. More kills already in this game than I think he had in the last one. He makes a good shot on Fallen as well. He's looking very quick all of a sudden. 4 kills, 3 in the last, 7 in the last 2.
4-1. This is where the game gets very interesting. A few interesting decisions by SK with the force buys. Skadoodle looking strong though. He was very quiet in the previous game against Envious. We're starting to hit all the shots that matter now for Fallen, but no armor, just to note. That is actually kind of a big deal. Smokes out. It looks like this is a fast commitment from SK. 2 smokes deployed outside, and the bomb's heading towards inner for now. Cold Zero to nade the upper platform. That's going to hit. Stewie takes it to the face and push through past the smoke, and Cold Zero will take that all day long. 5 on 4. Do they go for the instant commitment? I don't think they do. Considering they're spread out, they still have 1 player towards Ivy. That's going to be Bolts, of course. They bide their time, wait for any reactions to come through from the CTs. A full execution right now against a double orb setup, that would be perfect. They've got the man advantage at the same time. 2 smokes, actually 3 available, and they'll go towards lower. Taco to bait in Fallen, he'll jump through, take the aggro, and then the idea is to get a trade. Oh, no, is it? Tarek completely outplays them, gets the bomb down. Incendiary at its foot as well. It's Skadoodle. It's another wonderful shot. That's really well done by Tarek at the lower ramp.
For in its Sandwich, this is an outcome I didn't expect, so I didn't consider. In winning this, Cloud9 get 9 points overall. They leave SK on 9 points overall. NIP has 9 points currently, and they play against Envy. If Envy win that game, leave them on 9 points. Envy finds 10, and we have 3 teams locked in 9s. We would need a tiebreak for that situation.
We probably will get it.
As far as I understand, we would. So that would be fun. We seem to cast all the tiebreakers in that scenario.
And on this map, it feels like as well.
This map, but this isn't the tiebreak. This is the...
But I'm saying, generally, it's always...
You're right.
On train. Either way, we get it to the 10-second mark. It is going to be fair to pull one back towards the connector. The bomb will be planted now. Skadoodle and Rush to try and fight back in this situation. Round number 6, and SK looking for redemption here. It's Bolts with a nice shot with the AK. Brings it to 2 versus 1. Skadoodle has had some absolutely nuts clutches so far in this tournament. This could be another one. Headshot towards Fur, upgrades to the AK-47. Now Bolts up against him. He's got no nades to hold off Skadoodle here. He has to touch the bomb eventually. Gives up his position. Can't hit the shot. Defuse will come through. Doesn't commit. Bolts takes him down. Very well played in the end. It was still touch and go with that first shot hit by Skadoodle. But there it is. SK Gaming, after winning the pistol, find their second round. We go 4-2. And the money might be broken, you know. It might have to be a partial buy from Cloud9. Had some close situations there. And for now, just the scout purchase by Stewie. Some upgraded pistols in the form of automatic and Skadoodle as well with Deagles and CZ respectively. And this should be potentially SK Gaming tying things up here. The money won't be amazing next run either as they flash towards the lower ramp. Bolts to try and open things up here.
rule the Deagle out of it. Bolts will swing out, try and spot the backside of the train. They don't anticipate the push out from the top. As Skadoodle gets one over top to find Bolts. Automatic from a range has found 2 on the Deagle. It's down to Fallen in a round that should never have come to this. He's got a chance. He finds Rush immediately with the AK-47. His 38 HP is not enough, though. Stewie's going to steal it back. Cloud9 found round 5.
Caught a little bit overzealous there, SK Gaming, I'm afraid. Cloud9 steal one back. Deagles in hand. They managed to open things up, and Automatic with 2 fantastic headshots. Sounded like he was using a railgun at that point. They had no idea where he was. He knocks 2 of them down, and it will be 5-2 and reset the money once again for the Brazilian side. 2 scouts, 2 Deagles and a CZ. They've gone all in. I would expect it's pretty much everyone down to $0. And they'll go towards inside once more. The single AWP set up once again for Cloud9. Skadoodle seems like he's had a bit of a resurgence here on train. We're coming to the tail end of Group A right now. What a group it's been. Up and down, no clear winners. SK Gaming showing some signs of weakness with their first loss in the group against Astralis. In a triple overtime affair, no less.
Nades up. No one quite so close. Yeah, second overtime loss. Excuse me, overtime game, I should say, for SK. They'd actually win the first one against Envy. Stewie still on the ground. Spots him 2 jumping in. Can't decide where to fire between the 2 of them. Ends up doing damage, but no kills. No results. That gives SK a bomb plant and a site to work with. His automatic swings back in. Taco, alive on 21, has gone very far forward. And with the Molotov down, automatic swinging around will give time because they're going to have to wait Skadoodle and Rush to get back in from Z. And in fact, I think they're already looking to back off of this.
Might be right. That confirms it. Bolts with another lovely headshot there with the M4A4. His second kill of the round. It was towards upper they went, Fallen to open things up, and then Bolts managing to get the Deagle shot on the defending Stewie 2K. 5-3 now. SK Gaming keeping all 5 members alive, upgrading their weaponry as well. They've managed to find an AK, an M4, a Galil there as well. 2 scouts will probably try and get rid of one of those. I would imagine Coldzera goes down with the blast, so that wouldn't be a factor at this point. But there we have it. The back and forth game begins. The tug of war as we enter round number 9. 5-3. The lead still lies with Cloud9. All power for Stewie. Skadoodle, same story. Double AWP setup for the North American side. Gunning for a place in the playoffs. They want to be in front of the NA crowd.
Absolutely. It's always a fun crowd to play in front of, especially at IEM Oakland. They were good fun last year. Last year we had Dazed on the desk with us.
That's right. And Jason hosting, wasn't it? Oh, that was Pro League, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Pro League. I think it was still Machine.
Yes.
Flash to go down Ivy. 2 players there, but it won't. Ooh, run boost still works even though they were partially blinded. That's pretty good. Skadoodle has the angle still, though, and Fallen jumps into it. Ska's looking sharp all of a sudden. And I do say all of a sudden because not only does he get bolts, last game he was atrocious, if I'm honest. It wasn't his best. Now he's controlling the pace of things, if I'm honest.
Yeah, Train seems to be his bread and butter right now. 5-on-3, both kills towards Ivy. Stewie chimes in with the secondary AWP and is up to Coldzera and Fur now. Quite a deadly duo, but I don't think it's going to be enough to go around victory here. Automatic struggling with the spray, but it doesn't matter. He gets the frag and the bomb goes down. 40 seconds remaining. Fur just 4 HP, and we'll head back around towards Ivy and try to do what he can here. It'll just be a matter of trying to save the weapon in terms of loss bonus, where only first stage as they get reset once again, and the nade perfectly timed as Skadoodle gets his 3rd of the round. The first 2 shots were great. Finishes it off in style as well. Have a look at the SK money. It's not looking too good. They might force this one. They've got 2 players around the 3.5K mark, but everyone else struggling. We'll see whether they can work out what their play is going to be. I'd assume a partial buy here. 1 second remaining. They haven't really bought anything. A couple of Deagles there, PT50s, 1 flashbang. This is a round they're willing to concede, and there it is. Thank you for pointing that out. Skadoodle, 19 kills, 3 deaths. He is having an absolute barn burner of a game.
Averaging almost 2 kills a round. It is, because we're not done round 10.
Yep.
He's averaging better than 2 kills a round. He might get more as well as he goes over toward the alleyway. That certainly confirms that the statistic remains true at the end of this round as well. 20 bomb on round 10.
That's nuts. 20 kills at the end of a half is normally considered, like, unbelievable, but...
I guess you could say, what the heck is that? Because
yeah,
he's not getting a job anymore.
Ah, okay.
You get it? Yeah, everyone with the whole negative skill.
Yeah.
Just play along, all right?
Yeah, I am.
Just give me an Omega lol. Thank you. If you don't watch Twitch, don't act like you do.
I am Twitch.
I'm not surprised. Love money. Tarek gets inside of the corner behind the spool. He's got players firing from both sides. Stewie's going to protect him from above. Cold will go down. And it's 7 rounds for Cloud9. Look at that ADR.
It's not bad, is it? 171.4. 20 kills and 3 deaths. That is strong. Very strong. Against the world's #1 team, Skadoodle is stepping up today. You're right, he looked abysmal on Cobblestone against Envious. He had 4 kills, I think, deep in the second half. He's turned his game around, though, and he's looking phenomenal. We're getting his round number 11 now. Another buy available for SK here. No, all for Fallen. He hasn't really been able to get going with that weapon whatsoever. Taco, just to know, another really quiet game for him. 1 kill.
Certainly has. It's not been his best.
It's been a really rough time for him, actually.
Cold Zera. Fallen still out towards spawn, making sure no one's going to push down Ivy. Sit with the AK at the ready. And Bolts. It's so good on entry throughout part of this event. I will say part of this event. Last game, even though they lost in overtime, he still was against Astralis. It's not exactly been perfect from SK. Just the one loss to speak of. And yet they are on the brink, depending on how the rest of the group transpires. Depending on, specifically for them, this game transpires. Their fate could be sealed by winning this.
Have a look, 30 seconds remaining. The final commitment comes in from SK. Skadoodle hits one through the smoke. Not enough to find the frag, and Taco starting to show us some signs of life at the same time. He hits his second kill of the game so far. A 5-on-4 advantage for the SK side. Bomb down. Skadoodle to recover, waiting for his teammates to rotate through.
Looking for the angle against Taco. Sees his foot. Rush takes the shot instead. Fair enough. Would have hit the dead body, hit the corpse as it fell. It's Stewie to wrap around, finds Fur. Bomb still ticking, though. They need to be on the site. Skadoodle certainly is. He taps it to pull them out.
Box.
He wants to try and get the shot. It was almost confusing. Good play from Stewie because Scott tapped it twice thinking, I need to get on this, but then he had the op for the peak, and a little bit of hesitation. They still make do.
How did they retake that? It was a 4-on-3 situation towards the end, and Stewie steps up tremendously, hitting every single shot. Confident angles and aggressive play. They tap the bomb, bait out the players, and hit every single shot. Here's Stewie. Just look at him do such glorious work here with the M4A4. His teammate taps the bomb. He knows what he has to do there. Here's the call for the E-box. Nails that shot as well, and it's another eco for SK Gaming. Train is looking such a strong map for Cloud9. They beat Astralis on it yesterday, and now they've got SK Gaming on the ropes. Pistols again, but SK can always pull these rounds out of the bag. So strong, and that's a good flashbang. Tarek has to probably go down here. Does a little bit of damage, but it's not enough. The bomb should be planted, and this becomes very problematic now for Cloud9. Can Skadoodle stop the bomb? He can't, but he does get the plants up.
Still a kill. Still all count as they want to get the site back, especially against the pistols. And single M4 for Bolts. Taco still holds towards Sandwich. This from Fallen is actually, oh, clever. I don't know that Automatic would have looked his direction at all. He may have had a chance to get closer if he bided his time, because now he goes down through the smoke. Otto looks toward Taco, but he's already downed by Rush. It's Cold that wants to try and swing back in, but unfortunately with the smoke on it, nothing he can do. He's too far away. And another round, Cloud9, 9-3. This is, yeah, absolutely. This group's wide open. Tiebreakers, I think, are going to be needed at this point.
Well, there we have it. SK still have 3 rounds to find 9-6 here. Double up setup on the T side, an adjustment. Things just aren't working out for them. Remember, SK won the pistol here. Shut down in the second round. They haven't really established themselves at all. It's Cloud9 looking fantastic. Skadoodle especially still on 3 deaths, 22 kills. Taco 2 for 11. To this one, nothing obvious as of yet as to where SK Gaming will be leaning towards in terms of their final approach. Bomb still down in T-spawn. Skadoodle to be challenged once again. He does baited out a bit by a Pigeon there, I believe, to adjust his aim.
Pigeon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They're still out there, aren't they?
Yeah. So he flew up and it kind of took his aim off.
Thinking chicken, but yeah, that's right. That was one of the best glitches ever.
When you can fly over them.
Just jump on the bird. I'm out.
Well, 5 and 4. It's another opening pick there. This time Rush gets it. Third towards Olaf. 1 minute remaining here. They still have a little bit of utility to work with. Rush is just so aware. Spots the barrel of the gun, starts firing, maybe prematurely. Fur takes him down. 5 HP, but he has found the pick. He's going to force a rotation, make things a little bit more uncomfortable with Stewie, who's been looking lights out. He's going to potentially push this smoke. He's looking to do it, and it works out again for him. Of course it does. Stewie 2K in a 4-on-2 situation, looking to end this one as quickly as he can. Does damage towards Fallen. Great work. The movement is just looking so impressive right now as Coldzera gives up his position. Tries to go for the quick scope. Doesn't land, and he should be taken down any second. There it is. Automatic to finish things off.
Defiant. Defiant till the end, Cold. Takes the shot as he's still swinging, even though he knows there's no way he's going to hit it, but might as well try. 10-3 Cloud9, and our Skadoodle score count is up to 23.
Yeah, he died then for the first time in like 5 rounds.
He's 23 and 4 with 3 assists. Next closest is Stewie, 12.
Wow, wow,
You gotta love those games.
You really do.
The thing is, okay, we've seen high halves before where they go completely silent when they swap over to the other half, so it's not done yet.
Definitely not. SK, one of the most tenacious teams we have in the entire CSGO. Like, you think you've got them done, you lose one anti-eco or pissed around to them, they're right back in it.
Oh, they learned the hardest way. Yeah. The last event that Fnatic won, they were down 12-3 twice to LG, now SK, and won it. They put on the other side of that too.
Yeah. Oh, here we go towards inside. It's up to Stewie to defend them once again. He can't find the shots this time. There's significant damage, but Skadoodle finds himself in a spot of bother as well, taken down in transition. That might be an early call for a save. They've got enough money to work for the next round. They might as well go for it, you know. 5 on 3. Considering it's so deep in the half, they'll probably see what is available to them.
Flash over toward the entrance at Z. That gives them a chance to peek back in. That was intended to catch off anyone peeking out from the T side. But the T side looking strong. All of a sudden, it's just automatically goes down. 10-4 as SK find another round.
They do. Towards inside is where they went. Timing's in their favor. Stewie drops the incendiary, but couldn't pull out the M4 in time to really cause the damage there. Skadoodle wasn't expecting such a fast commitment. Got in transition to one of the backtracks, and he couldn't start hitting the shots required. Double up setup still Cloud9 with plenty of cash, of course. 10-4 after losing the pistol. This is them in a great spot here. If they can get the 11th round, they might have just done it.
Shot from Fur to take down Tarek. Cloud9 go down a man early. Skadoodle watches toward bolts. Rush, meanwhile, is still holding off toward the bottom of Pop Dog. It's all to play for. Round 15, if SK find 5. Right back in it. The double up becomes a bit problematic as well the later this goes. Because it'll be a fast hit. Smoke's aplenty still for the SK side. Nade's gonna nail Rush. He goes forward of it. That's probably the better decision. Didn't make contact. That one did. That one hit his body. Did they hear it? Because now they'll know Taco still, he's trying to fake it off. They're gonna go toward B. Rush will confirm this, so they better go quickly because they still have Stewie to deal with inside of the site. He hits the first. Flash will change his angle, and he finds Bolts in doing so. No idea from Bolts that he was there. And the bomb gets dropped. So Cloud9 a chance. Cold's going to be the valiant fighter to go forward, but Skadoodle finds the shot still. He goes back out, Fallen puts him down. Chance to grab the bomb, but not quite the time to plant. Oh, he just got on it, just barely got on it. As Rush gets closer, did first bottom. I think Rush thought he did, but I don't think he did at all. So he'll be able to slip underneath the Fallen, and this goes to a one-on-one. Immediately to a one-on-one. Up to the bomb, goes to tap it, knows that for once, close doesn't even see him. His gun barrel got in his own vision, so it's down to a 5th round from SK.
Well played, SK Gaming. 2 rounds towards the end, at least made this realistic, and it will be 10-5 to close it out. What a half from Skadoodle. He said sometimes these players drop off after that sort of performance. We'll find out if he can continue that form after the break.
Well, exceptional stuff from one man in specific that's given one team a healthy lead. 10-5 for Cloud9. Skadoodle leads the way, 143 ADR. And more kills combined than Tarek, Rush, and Automatic.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. What a half that is. One of the biggest turnarounds I think I've seen in CS in quite a while. 4 for 18, I think he was, on the first map. In the second half, he had 4 kills, and he turns it around on Train to have that sort of performance. That's just unreal. But needless to say, SK Gaming with 5 rounds on the board on the T side, that's absolutely fine. This is where they do some of their most deadly work. It's been talked about for years. The aggression they present on the CT side, there's not many teams can get past them. It's dropped off in recent months, but we'll see what they can do here right now. 4 sets of armor for them, 1 smoke and a diffuse kit. We're going inside, though, for the Cloud9 boys. They've got a smoke and a Molotov for the post-plant situation. Smoke probably used before they actually made their final commitment. And an automatic with a Desert Eagle, no less, at the main entrance, opens things up. He's been phenomenal with that weapon so far. He gets the opening pick, but it might not be enough. He's got players above him. If he hits that, it's going to be unreal. He does damage, but he'll go down eventually.
Urge. Oh, he's so close he can deny. Oh, he does get the bomber down. There's a minute to work with, though, but it certainly doesn't allow them for the quick plant to give them the man advantage. Or a better chance to hold off the sights. Skadoodle again starting well, gets Taco down. Good for him in the pistol round as Tarek spots bolts above. That could confirm the round in itself, because now Fallen is well outside of the site. Still coming to Z Connector just now with a kits. Tarek knew it. Down he goes.
Tarek's looking crispy today. 3 kills for him in the pistol round there, 11-5. And Third did everything he could. Managed to find 2 kills in a very difficult situation. Wasn't enough though. Fallen coming through in the 2 versus 1. They knew where he was. Time was ticking away. Tarek gets his 3rd. Very assertive, dominant performance there as he pushes towards the connector and hits every single shot. SK will force by here in the 2nd round. CZ's 1 Deagle. Fallen with the scout once again. Cloud9 can't afford to give this one away. You give SK an inch, they'll take a mile. So difficult to beat them in these sort of games. A very patient, disciplined team. All they need is an entrance to the round, and 1 kill could do that. Scout on Fallen, currently positioned towards Ivy. Automatic and Rush to start to investigate this area. They might go for the run boost. Not really required against this force buy when there's only really a scout really there up against you. They did spot 1.
Down to cover off position. So Fallen has to change his angle. Walks back reluctantly to the site instead. Rush with the Galil in hand. Finds his way in behind the smoke. He'll wait for the timer on the play as Tarek wants to work in with Stewie. Stewie's already got Taco. Oh, but Cold and Fallen strike back. Stewie goes down. Tarek is well. Skadoodle found. They were ecoed last time as well as Automatic gets 2 back, thankfully, because they desperately need them. It would be the 2nd pistol and 2nd subsequent eco for SK Gaming as Bolt's nearly spotted. Thought he was actually walking up behind the hitch rather than down toward Old Bomb. He gets away at least for now. Further flank taken out by Rush, just barely 2 HP.
Bolts with the scout on his back, but the CZ in his hand. He'll get 1, brings it to the 1 versus 1 situation. Automatic, I know he has the advantage, but he's challenging, needs to be careful. The scout comes out. The wallbang is certainly dangerous here. Bolts with full HP with no diffuse kit has to operate very quickly. Automatic down to 25 points of health. He hits the shot, and is that going to be enough? It looks like it might be, and he's absolutely done it. Holds his nerve, and he will be able to defuse the bomb there, and it is converted. SK Gaming with the early CZ frags. It looked like Cloud9 had done enough to get into the round and recover the situation, but Bolts so calm there. Pulls up the scout. Here's the shot required on the low HP Automatic.
Unreal. Unreal that they've lost now 2 ecos or 4 spies in 2nd rounds to SK. That'll give them all the hope they need. AK carried over as well for Bolts. And they'll go with rifles predominantly with just the UMP and Scout. Automatic already inside of him, and he's crossed over behind the boxes, flashed through. Catches him temporarily, but he'll be safe. He'll be fine. Taco's going to play again toward the ladder position. Don't know as we snapped away quickly if the feet got down that far or not.
Now we really have got a game on our hands. This isn't the commitment from Cloud9, right? This is not a forced buy. They've taken an eco. We'll be able to by into the next. Taco to defend the Pop Dog. Gets one, finds his 5th kill of the game. And they'll push through the flames from what I can see, and Fur will be defending his teammate as he snaps out of the connector, finds one. We're trying to get the bomb down towards inside though, of course. Bolt's trying to deny that the best he can, drops the incendiary on the site, stops it going down, and it will be the kills coming all in favor of SK Gaming. Nothing giving away, but Cloud9 will be able to buy into this round from what I can gather. They've got about $4,000 per player. AKs come out. They won't have a lot of utility here. They had about 4K per player, meaning the AK and armor is $3,700. Then you can get like one smoke and a couple of flashbangs. Maybe that's it if you have slightly more than that. So that's exactly what we get. No Molotovs to work with, no AWP certainly, as we head into round number 19. Still a chance though for Cloud9, considering we've got a UMP and a scout out on the CT defense. Tarek makes his way towards it, trying to find the first shot here. No one to challenge him at the upper platform. Bomb saw down at T-spawn. Very default round, you can see automatic. Patiently waiting for any aggressive play from SK. That's what they're known for on this map, throwing it in every now and then. Pushing in entrance, pushing Ivy, or sometimes 3 players on the inside ramp. This is a very careful round from either side.
Remember, if Cloud9 win this, despite the tiebreakers and what happens with Envy, Astralis are out.
Wow.
There's no way Astralis make it through if Cloud9 win this game.
Do we have the tiebreakers?
SK wins. It puts SK on 12 points. NIP, if they beat Envy, they also hit 12 points. And then we would have, I don't know, that's a head-to-head because it's not a 3-way tie. And it would leave us with Astralis presumably going through. Yeah, that would be Astralis going through in that case, so no tiebreaker required. The tiebreaker only happens if Envy wins versus NIP and Cloud9 win versus SK.
Yeah, so Cloud9 have to win this game to stay in the group,
yes,
essentially.
Yeah, any chance at all. And the tiebreaker would determine 2 of the 3 teams. So 2 teams could make it through from that scenario.
Yes.
1 would get knocked out.
Well, here we go then, the final commitment, 20 seconds now, as Stewie will go down first. Nice shot from coldzera, but it gets traded out. It will be a play towards the A-bomb site as things start to get a little bit messy. Communication breaking down for SK. Taco is back to the whole of Ivy, and Skadoodle and Rush will take that as Bolts comes in to try and be the hero once again. He hasn't really got much to work with here, apart from headshots. He's delivering those in emphatic fashion. He's found 3 kills. 1 versus 1 now. Bolts won't be able to clutch a round out, but he might have set Fur up to bring this round home for SK Gaming.
On that note, we'll come back to it because that other game is one of the important games has already started. But Tarek in a very important 1 versus 1 with bomb ticking. Fur has kit, 2 flashes, no smoke, has to get aggressive. And Tarek's going to stay as long as possible inside of the hallway without showing. Times it well, takes down Fur. 12th round for Cloud9.
Bolts did everything he could there. 3 kills in a 4-on-2 situation, but Tarek plays it to perfection. Furtis had no information to work on. He checked towards main entrance, and once he's committed to that, he's wasted about 10-15 seconds looking around the corners and stuff. He has to fall back towards the bomb, doesn't have a chance to look towards Pop Dog. Gets taken down. Tarek doesn't have to wait for the fake defuse to cover at that point. Sprays him down, and it will be 12-7.
So it is currently 11-7 for NIP over Envious. If NIP win that, no matter what happens in this game, they are through. And SK, if they lose this and Cloud9 wins, they go 9 points each. They would be both through as well, and it would be head-to-head for tie because Envy would be rolled out of it based on the fact that they would end on 7 points. So if NIP win, it comes to 2-way tie at the worst-case scenario, and they're both through, it would be SK and Cloud9. If SK win this, then NIP, SK are through. And Astralis would have a chance. That's if Envy lose to NIP as well.
Well, here we go. Difficult times for SK Gaming. Double AWP setup, but a FAMAS and a UMP out. Little armor, almost no utility. And it's round number 20. Cloud9 on the verge of putting SK to bed. Scout out on Skadoodle, just to note. Their money, even after winning the last round, came down to that 1v1. They lost a lot of money in that situation with Bolts. It's Tarek to open things up, though. AK headshot delivered to Fur. Taco struggling tremendously. He can't get going in this game whatsoever. He's currently on 5 kills, 17 deaths.
Watch automatic, though, because he's got an aggressive smoke down gap in it. He's caught trying to get up on top of the train instead, and that is the kill for Bolts as a result. Skadoodle, just the scout this time, not the AWP. There's 2 of them in the round, but neither of them in his hands. They're on the other side. As he gets aggressive, it doesn't matter, apparently. He's got the shot on Cold Zero. What a game. What a game he's having as Rush with the AK pulls it out, and Cloud9 find 13 rounds.
Of course, it's the scout that delivers the goods there. It looked like SK had done absolutely everything, the 3 versus 2, but all the kills start to rain in out of nowhere for Cloud9. And they're doing such a good job here on Train. That's the money in the bin now. SK have to take the eco. 13-7. We'll take a pause, and it's Stewie to call it as well.
And not only is Skadoodle absolutely wrecking SK right now, he's destroying Astralis. Because if Cloud9 wins, they're out.
That's right.
They're out. And I honestly think that if SK wins this game, Astralis make it through. Because it looks right now, at least, as though Nip is about to beat Envy. And against the Mongols, you'd expect them to get those 8 points. Yeah. So honestly, if Cloud9 wins this game, Astralis out. If Cloud9 loses this game, I would predict that Astralis make it through. Which is ridiculous.
It is, isn't it?
It's almost like he's
what a group
beating
stage.
2 games at once. Yeah, what a group stage. I like this point system already.
While the unpause comes through, it will be the full eco here for SK Gaming. 1 CZ, a Deagle, a P250. Do not let this one slip away, Cloud9. Surely not. You'd hate to see it go down like this, but SK, they're always so deadly on these sort of rounds. They have to be slow and methodical here. This is more like it. Skadoodle holding Ivy from right back in T-spawn here. They want to run the timer down, ascertain, is there any sort of stack going on outside? Is anyone nading towards inner? Let's get some basic information. No one has to commit to tight choke points by themselves as we commit on SK's side towards main entrance, and the knife comes out for automatic. No one's there to help him. The rifle won't be obtained, but it's starting to go wrong. Kills coming through for the SK side. 4-on-3 in their favor. Skadoodle gets the second kill back. 3-on-3. Being stabilized. It got a little bit scary at that point. Stewie 2K hunting for frags. No rifles obtained by the Brazilians just yet. It's Cold Zera edges towards main entrance. You can see that AK just out of his grasp. Skadoodle's using his bait. He wants him to get it. Come have a go.
Absolutely. He would love for them to walk into that position and pick up the easy kills, the easy rewards, get toward that 30 bomb on round 21.
Come on, take the bait. You know you want it.
Cold's going. He's holding the inside of the box right now.
How smart is he, though? He knows the possibility of them just watching that, and he could actually come out on top just for that factor. If Skadoodle goes first, especially.
Yep. CZ, good trade, good play. Let him jump across. Stewie's got the AK. That's how it should be done. And that gives them position inside of A main. Rush is already cleared toward Hell. Fallen on top of the site with the pistol, and Fur, who's waiting for them to bypass as he reloads the UMP. Ska's staring down that doorway, and I don't think he'll move. I imagine they know that's exactly the position he needs to watch. Fallen, however, surprised them. That may force Skadoodle out. He'll re-Molotov off toward Pop Dog because he knows he has to get aggressive to try and find Fallen. As they recover the bomb, it's in the hands of Rush. He's going to get it down. Rush is on the bomb already.
Okay, I was going to say that they miscalculated the timing, so the bomb will be planted. 2 versus 1 Fur. Once again, no armor, no rifle, no kip, no nades. 2 versus 1. It's almost impossible for him to win this one. He'll give it a go. They'll be buying next round regardless. Might as well see if there's anything available. If they make a huge mistake, he'll come out of the connector. Time working against him now. Like I said, no kip. He'll take down Rush, pop the barrel. That's an easy kill. This could get a little bit interesting, you know. Who goes to the full defuse? He pretty much has to, and hope that we haven't anticipated this play. Skadoodle, he's coming in. 5 seconds, Matt. This could actually happen. He's might have screwed this one up.
Oh!
It's okay.
He pulls him off at least.
Oh, wow. It was so dicey. The position he chose, that the trainer couldn't actually spot him defusing. Luckily, Fur got off the bomb there. I think he might have had grounds to win that one if he stayed on the bomb.
How do you know? With the op that close? I suppose he was already released it when the op shot came through, but he also didn't hit the op shot. In which case, he was probably so close he could have just continued to hold it, but we can't see, unfortunately, the graph in the replay.
I think it was about at the 3-second mark. So, like, it was unlikely he was going to win, but like I think that was his best chance. Go for it and hope there's a few missed shots of the AWP there. But still, it's Cloud9. 1 round away from guaranteeing points against SK, but they need the win here to have a chance of making the playoffs. Money back out for the SK side, falling with the AWP. They're never out of the game until this is 16 at the top. SK never give up. They can grind back into these games. Cold Zera finds the first piece of the puzzle. Automatic though. They'll commit towards inside. There's no one there. It's bolts to go down. Such a rock usually at getting these sort of frags. The anchor for SK Gaming snaps off the ship, and it's going to be a 4-on-4 situation.
4-on-4 on 14-7. The same score that Nip has Envy at right now. As Tarek holds behind this smoke, wants Taco especially to get forward because he's low HP. Finds Fallen trying to be sneaky with an AWP. He's very good at it. Good read. Finds Cold as Fur gets one, but has to go backpedaling toward Tarek because he's got 12 HP in it. Map point for Cloud9.
Tarek is playing lights out Counter-Strike right now. This is world-class stuff from him. Pushing up, doing the job that has to be done. It's simple calls. A bit of outside presence there. They go back towards inside. They get one kill and just fully commit. Drop the smokes and connect it. This is the position you want to be in. If you're a high-skilled player, someone who can frag, get in their faces, stop them rotating, don't even let them near the bomb train. Tarek hits absolutely everything, finds match point for Cloud9, and we're going to round number 23. SK Gaming have nothing to work with here. 4 UMPs, a max 7, 1 kip. They've got the utility, but it's just so unlikely they can pull this together. But if ever there was a team to make it work, it would be SK. Automatic makes the first incision. Takes down Taco again. Such a bad game from him. 5 kills, 20 deaths. He really has not been part of this game.
No, not at all. He's going to be very, very upset with that. Fortunately, although I say it with bated breath based on the situation that's about to occur, they'll be going through to the playoffs regardless because, although it's 14-8, still a chance that could fall apart and NIP couldn't close it. But if they do, Envy has no chance to surpass them. Meanwhile, in this game, it's map point Cloud9. Who would have thought, especially after getting beat by Envy just a minute ago?
Yeah, and the MVP Skadoodle had 4 frags in the second half, like after 20 rounds.
Sits on 29 frags this game. By comparison, Tarek is a clever little position in the corner of the bathrooms. Makes it awkward, though, because Bolt still gets enough damage through the wall that Fallen just pops out and gets him with the shotgun. That'll give him a slight upgrade. I shouldn't say slight. It is a full upgrade onto an AK-47. It's the UMPs for Fur and Cold. Instead is Stewie. Does get one onto Fur.
One more. Just to get that bomb
Cold,
down.
I think he's going to be patient here. He's got to be patient. Did he spot the second? It doesn't matter. Skadoodle's got his 30 bomb, and it might be one of the most important because it could be all over. As Fallen sneaks in, Stewie is standing in the open, and he will not fire. He wants to get as close to all of them as he dare. Oh my God,
so
Fallen.
sick.
Oh, he turned just far enough. I think he was worried. So he took the shot and couldn't find his second, but it gets him closer to the bomb nonetheless. He knows now Skadoodle is inside Z connector, and it's a 10-second defuse, so he can't afford to hold it with the smoke, but he baits them in, and doing so can't turn fast enough. Automatic confirms it. Astralis are out. Cloud9 have 9 points. And depending on what happens in the next game, we'll know if the group is locked with NIP, SK, Cloud9. Envy can still come back. It is 14-10, but Astralis, no matter what, are gone.
What a game. And we'll throw it over to the GoDaddy recap for post-game right now.
The GoDaddy post-match breakdown.
Well, Cloud9 are safe. They have made it to the quarterfinals with that win versus SK Gaming. Astralis eliminated. That is the reality of a tournament of this caliber. Some of the best falling and this round robin format. I'm joined by Nothing, and I am joined by the lovely Spun J. Gents, we do see the North Americans pick up a result. I mean, okay, I can't say anyone saw coming, but I mean, when I say SK train, doesn't matter who the other team is in that category, you expect SK to win.
Especially when you see the previous map versus Envy, Skadoodle gets 4 kills, and it's an op-heavy map. You're thinking, are they going to have that pressure I talked earlier about? Is C9 going to be able to do anything about map control? Well, they were able to, Chad. You see Tyler turning it on the CT side and getting in their face and just kind of moving around the way he does. And then, you know, splitting pistols, good for that. And then, you know, really just outplaying SK on the gun round.
The question mark I had was exactly around Skadoodle. How are you going to mentally bounce back? We know he's a quiet player. It's obviously something, if you are a quiet player, that you could probably fix in your own head, as opposed to being someone like me who's very momentum-based, and then I just fall off a cliff, right, if we had a bad game. So I think that's fantastic that he was able to turn around and have that kind of impact. My question mark is around the money management and decision-making from SK early. Normally they're on point with that kind of stuff. It just felt their anti-ecos were very sloppy.
The first T-side round, they creep up Ivy, get picked, walk in or die.
Happened again. You know, it happened again in another round versus Deagle. So it was twice that they lost rounds that they probably should have converted with ease, and from there, you know, potentially gone to a string of rounds. And even so, they had a couple of questionable force buy decisions, thinking maybe they were cocky in that environment, going, yeah, we can take them on with the Deagles, the CZs, the Scouts, and it wasn't to be, because we always say Cloud9 had a very skilled roster. There's 5 guys with a lot of firepower.
Absolutely. And just while we do have the standings up, it's worth mentioning that NIP are versus Envy right now. I just walked past their monitors. It was 14-10 in favor of the Ninjas. And I believe there's a tiebreaker involved should Envy win. Because that would bring them up to 9, right? That suddenly tiebreakers are involved.
Envy has that other tie win before, so they have 2. Yep. So that would be a tie.
Wouldn't they go up to 10 points if they win?
I don't know. Someone just said tiebreakers happen if Envy wins.
Okay.
They would go to 10. Strauss out. I don't think...
I was under the impression that if NIP wins the game, then they should go through in the first position, right?
Yes.
Because they're 4-1.
Yeah.
And they will be at 10 points with
victory.
the SK and C9 being at 9 points.
Yeah, but then it's head-to-head.
Yeah, but then all it means is it goes to on who beat who.
So then C9 would get second, SK would go third.
Yeah. I don't know. I just got told tiebreakers are involved.
But I guess we have to wait and see how the cards fall in that NIP game.
One more thing I did want to bring up from that match before we move forward.
No, absolutely.
Is you know, now Taco's playing outside and Bolts is playing inside.
Yes.
That seemed to kind of throw things off a little before, because Fur used to have FNX and Phelps really grinding that E-box T-mid fight with him, and I didn't feel that same presence. Like, it was normally like really like those guys looked like so simple at E-box, just standing there, but they would always take down 2 to 3 people, and I didn't see that.
That was a criticism that I actually had of those two, because when they did do it together, that was fantastic. But a lot of the time they'd have one in pop and they'd have one in team mid.
Is this Fur and Phelps?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I spoke to Taco after the Epicenter victory, and he was like, "This is the first time I've played Yard, right? We've made Bolts comfortable. We've given him his positions on all the maps, on the T side, the CT side, and Taco, obviously, he's very unselfish. He takes whatever role.
It's just a matter of time now.
Yeah, so he's basically just been learning how to play Yard. So the fact that he may have got exploited in scenarios is still probably that learning curve for him, and it is a difficult position. And Taco's a guy who plays for information, and he plays for the better part of the team, whereas that position, I'm sure that you'll
Sometimes
agree,
you just got to get in their face.
it's a fragging position, right? It's a role where you have to shut them down, and you have to lock it down at that point. Normally when he's not doing that and he's just getting information, he feeds it to Fallen, and Fallen's just running with that AWP.
Yeah, you could sit back bomb chain if you got Fallen up in the yard, but if Fallen's trying to rotate, you need to get up aggressive with your E-box player. So
100%.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're going to continue to talk about this, but we are going to bring up the NIP game as well, just because it's Envy, NIP. If NIP win, then they are through.
And
as far as I understand.
Yeah, as far as I understand.
And then the group's finalized at that point.
I believe there's no tiebreakers if NIP win, so we just have our top 3. And Astralis, either way, their hopes were dashed by Cloud9. It's never that easy. Yeah, we're going to get a paragraph to explain to you guys at home, but this is just this is the reality we're living in now. NIP have the potential to walk out of this group, and it was a scary group for them as well. At that. Had a lot of question marks surrounding the Swedes.
I think, you know, you have to look towards the performance that they put in against Cloud9 the first game of the day, where they won the 16. They had a 16-4 victory. That's a huge win. That's like a massive, you know, that's for them to do that in a group that was up in the air before we even got here today. The fact of the matter is that's a big win, and then the Mongols one was convincing as well, 16-5.
Are they closing the round right now with those Deeks?
This kid's been nuts.
What Rez is Rez using?
Rez and Forest. Rez and Forest have had really good, especially Forest today. He's had quite a good day. Those two players have been hot. They've had really good numbers.
To close it out. This
I don't know,
like
dude. RPK's still alive. You watch out.
Okay, the tank. But Op and AWP, look at the utility. No nades left on Envious as they're coming into the lower site. Oh, there's a guy Farvent.
Ooh.
Well,
there you go. The tank's got an A1. Okay, Exist is going to be punching the digits. It's just a question of what, if RPK could do anything else, it looks like it's going to be XMS.
It's also right. Retaking with an AWP, it's not going to happen.
I don't know. He's a bit of a... Yeah, I take it all back.
I like it.
No, I mean,
you're putting the olive branch out there.
I do like that, because you never know in Counter-Strike, and that's what is awesome about CSGO, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I one of my favorite kind of like things that happen with casting is when a caster just says, right, there's no way they should win this round,
I love that.
and then
that's
they proceed
perfect.
to...
And then that's the YouTube clip after.
Yeah, exactly. They just don't deserve it. They should not win this, and they do. But NIP then have done it. They are locked in as well alongside Cloud9. I don't know if we can get an updated standings eventually just to bring that up. That'll be coming up soon.
It's got to be
well, NIP are 4-1.
Then head-to-head SK C9, so C9 second.
Yes.
SK third.
There you go, guys.
So there it is.
That's the top 3.
Nice and simple. So exactly what Jordan just said. So C9 are going to go through in that number 2 position. SK are going to go in the number 3 position. And the way that's going to work is they play the respective... So Cloud9 play number 3 from the other group. And that's in the playoff, which happens tomorrow, and it's best of 3. And if you can win that one, then you go through to the semi-final. And NIP have actually got themselves a semi-final
B square, baby. We got some action.
We haven't really talked too much about the Ninjas. They've often been on the secondary broadcast, or they've kind of had a rather one-sided affair. Yeah.
I think we had them the first 2 games of yesterday, right? And we actually got to saw some really good stuff out of Rez, and we saw them obviously take advantage of that, I guess, dilapidated-looking Astralis with Zonic having to stand in while Device was on the aeroplane getting on over here. But it was Draken who had some very pivotal rounds, especially in that second half of Overpass, you know, with that pistol round clutch, and then he had that sitting the defuse as well. Those kind of rounds as well.
Smoke, yeah.
And I'm incredibly interested, actually, to hear what Cloud9 are feeling right now. They are through to the quarterfinals, and it does sound like Trez has got Rush standing by. They have just got off of a huge victory versus SK on Train, no less. So this is going to be a big one. Trez is standing by with Rush, the quarterfinalist.
That's right. I am here with Rush down here on the sidelines. You guys picked up a huge victory there on Train, albeit against SK. Let's talk a little bit about that matchup just from the get-go. Skadoodle playing out of his mind.
Yeah, he had a pretty rough game on Cobble, and I think he might have been like mentally out of it at the end because, I mean, who wouldn't if they go like whatever scoreline he did? But it shows his mental fortitude that he came back from that and he like played lights out from the get-go, actually. Like, he was 9-2, then he was like 20-4, something like that. He was just destroying everyone. And I'm really glad he played well because everyone gives him flack sometimes that he's like, oh, replace him. But like this shows that he can do it always.
He certainly bounced back, and in that right, I mean, I think he had some 20 plus frags in the first half. But talk to me a little bit about this. We're going to shift gears to the calling style of your team. We know that Tarek's been calling a little bit, but it's a little bit of a mixed bag there, no?
Yeah, I mean, Tarek is the caller, the designated caller. He'll call strat this other round. But usually, if someone has an idea, like Stu, he'll chime in and say, like, if he doesn't think the idea is right, he's like, hey, we should do this, like, tweak the strat this way. And then maybe Soham will call pause, and Soham will give us input. Even Tim calls a lot of strats. I mean, everyone on the team honestly gives input, but Tarek's just a designated guy at this other round that will call. And he actually puts a lot of extra effort in as well. Like he'll watch demos at night and stuff like that, which some IGLs don't do. So I'm glad that he does the extra work.
Doing that homework. Well, one last question I have for you here. You guys are going to be going out as second seed from your group. Where does that put the team's mind state?
I mean, it's great. We got a little shaky after we lost the first two matches today. We had to beat SK to make it through the group. That was the only way I'm pretty sure we were going to make it through. So it was do or die time, and we played loose, and we won. So I think we're just happy we made it through. I don't think seed matters that much. I'm just glad we made it through.
You guys are on one right now. Keep up the good work, and we're going to go ahead and give it back to the Xfinity Analyst Desk. Mr. Machine, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Stunner. Yes, okay, so we have got all three. No tiebreakers needed. Group A tied up, put a bow on it. Now we are going to kind of quickly just have a little look at A in a nutshell. We're going to be talking all about,
Beautiful.
We're going to be wrapping up Group A recap. We're going to be talking all about how Group B looks. We're going to be doing a nice little halftime show for you guys. But before we do any of that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. You can too. I know you've been enthralled, locked to your monitor. But go ahead, stretch your legs, because we're going to be coming back with another full day of Counter-Strike coming at you guys after the break.